And are you working on any projects these days or before Corona?
So I've got ideas in my mind, but I think the next film will be a much more personal film, a low budget film for digital, because I think the digital space is where, everything will be happening. I mean, cinema is going to be very difficult the next couple of years. And in the summer holidays, I used to come to Karachi to visit my grandmother. And Karachi was for me this big, exciting city. And it had a lot of cinemas and movie theaters. And my grandmother really used to enjoy watching films, as did my khala and all, my family. So मैं उनके साथ movies देखना शुरू कर दी. And I really began to love the act of going to the cinema. And at that time, there were select Hollywood films because there was NAFTEC, which imported all the films. Remember, it was Bhutto's time and there was nationalization. So you couldn't freely import English films. There were very limited English films that came in. But Pakistani cinema was at its peak. There were no Indian films. And Pakistani cinema was producing over 100 films a year. And just in the city of Karachi, there were 150 cinemas. There were several in each neighborhood. So it was a cheap entertainment. So it started my fascination with cinema. And then I kept up with that fascination all the way through till now. And when I decided I was going to make this film, I wanted it to be a bit of a tribute to Lollywood, but also be about, it also be a kind of an observant look and a bit of a critique of Lollywood as well. And I also wanted the film to be an homage to Lollywood in the sense that I wanted it to employ some of the same conventions of Lollywood films, such as song and dance and heightened drama and exaggerated characters, but at the same time have the technical sophistication of a film of today, and also take a kind of a bird's eye view of that world. So I was trying to be both an observer and a participant at the same time with Baji.
So for a new person, new filmmaker who is just joining the industry, can you briefly walk through the process? Like as I would know that you have to have a script ready, get an attorney attached to it, go to an agent, find a financier, attach talent, and then find exhibitors.
Pakistan mein abhi bhi is very difficult. I mean, for any filmmaker, it's very tough. But I mean, it depends on the kind of filmmaker, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a student filmmaker, you can make a film on an iPhone and send it to a festival, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's not a problem. But if you want to do a proper film for theatrical release, and that's difficult. Even in the West, it's very difficult.
It is.
Remember, the majority of the films don't even reach theaters. If you want to make a film that you want to actually put up in cinemas, you need to pretty much put up the financing yourself. And once you put up the financing, if you have a financer, then it's not so difficult. You find the photographer, you find the DOP, you find the team, the actors to put it together.
So why did you go with Meera, not Prishyam or Reema?
Well, when I thought of this film, the first person I thought of was Meera. And the reason for that was because Meera really was the best, I would say, and I think she was recognized as the best actress of her peers. Some of the films that she did, like Intiha and Rukhsati and Khilona, were very bold films for their times. And they were character-oriented heroine films. They weren't just, typical fluff movies. So she was considered one of the best actresses of her time. Then there's always a fascination. There's been a fascination around Meera. Who exactly is Meera? There's a lot of mystique to her. People are fascinated with her even today, 25 years after she first made her debut, and people wanted to see her. So I thought, okay, let's build on that. And because she's a good actress, she's got a lot of mystique, and there's still kind of excitement around her. So I decided Meera was the one.
So as a filmmaker, what has been your biggest challenge in Pakistan?
As a filmmaker, the biggest challenge in Pakistan is our business model is very weak. It's a huge risk to make a film. It's a huge financial risk to make a
Mm-hmm.
film क्योंकि आपकी recovery और आपके revenues बहुत limited हैं.
Okay.
We're still entirely reliant on revenues from cinema, and those revenues are very limited and very high risk. So if a film doesn't do well in the cinema, there's practically no way to recoup your money. And even in the cinema, you barely get 30% of your, the revenues. So if a film makes 100 rupees at the cinema, the producer will get 30%. But remember, the risk and the investment is entirely the producers. So that's a big problem. दूसरी बात ये है कि आपका still we really have a shortage of good writers because we haven't written for cinema in a long time. So the art of writing for cinema, I think that's something we need to really catch up with. Aside from that, I think I really didn't have that many problems. I mean, there are certain problems कि जब सिनेमा का बहुत काम हो रहा था, तो right now there's still only one pool of talent that is pretty much the pool of talent for advertising, the pool of talent for movies, the pool of talent for theater, the pool of talent for TV dramas. वही actors, वही technicians, तो फिर cost को नीचे रखना, लोगों की dates देना, ये सब चीजें थोड़ी मुश्किल थी. But I think the overriding problem in Pakistan is the business model. And until it gets financially sound for people to make monies or at least recover at the minimum their investment, it's not going to really take off Pakistani cinema. और अब तो वे hit really badly. Because जब से Indian movies ban हुई, remember the growth engine of Pakistani cinema was Indian movies. Because there was constantly cinema that was coming, there was software that was coming, or product that was coming for cinemas. So cinemas बढ़ रहे थे, grow कर रहे थे. Within 4 or 5 years, we moved from 20 to 60 cinemas, and so many new were coming up. So when Indian films stopped, cinemas didn't have anything to play. And people stopped coming to the cinemas.
But what about Hollywood films? What about English films?
Well, Hollywood and English films cater to a very small audience. How many people in Pakistan speak English?
Okay, that
the vast
makes sense.
majority of these people here want to see films that they can emotionally relate to, which is films from the subcontinent and a language that they can understand. There are some cinemas that did well showing Indian films, or there are English films, or baaz English films hain which kind of break through the barrier, which is like the Fast and the Furious and the Mission Impossible kind of films, Marvel films. But most films people don't want to see, so people stop going to the cinema. और अब तो जब से ये कोरोना का situation हुई है, and the fact that I think people will be really worried about going to the cinemas for at least another year or so. I mean, even after the cinemas open up. So, I mean, it's a really bad time. I think the whole world, I mean, cinema around the whole world is, at least theatrical cinema is going to go back. And in Pakistan, though, we were just beginning to stand on our feet. हमें तो बहुत बड़ा धचका लगा.
So what do you think as a filmmaker, what's your biggest strength or biggest weakness? Both.
I think my strength is characterization and my strength is storytelling. I think my weakness is I don't think I'm too visually arty.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I am. I have no ideas. I mean, some of the things I look back and I see like, okay, my music videos were really arty. But maybe some of my commercials weren't. But I think really my strength would be storytelling and performance.
Okay.
And my weakness, maybe I'm not really good with super funky edits and a cool style of filmmaking.
So do you do something? Are you making conscious decision to work on your weakness?
Yeah, I try where it's required, of course. You know, one has to be able to, and in advertising particularly, so one has to be able to do everything, you know. Because at one time I might be called in to do a emotional slice of life commercial. another time a comedy commercial, another time a fast-paced, you know, exciting commercial. So
Mhm. And do you think Pakistani government support you guys, or what kind of support they should provide you all?
देखिए पहले तो पाकिस्तानी गवर्नमेंट बिल्कुल ही नहीं सपोर्ट करता था बिकॉज पाकिस्तानी गवर्नमेंट कंसिडर्ड पाकिस्तानी सिनेमा एज vulgar, as beyond their kind of world of you know involvement. And they said, okay, let it just be a free marketplace, and let's focus on television and fashion and other things. But ever since we started making films that the middle class and upper middle class audiences started seeing, people internationally started seeing, so the Pakistani um, government also realized the power and the potential of cinema as a medium to reach out. तो उसकी वजह से अब there's been quite a few meetings that the government, even under Nawaz Sharif's government and now under the present PTI government, the government is reaching out to give some kind of a standing to the industry, to help it out with some of its issues, to create a film institute, and to facilitate cinema, because cinema is a major medium, not just in terms of reaching out to your own audience, but also as a way to reach out to the world and to create identity for your country and for your country to have a cultural voice, not only in Pakistan, but abroad. Even in Pakistan, you want your films to have the dominant cultural voice, not the Indian films or the English films. So I
True.
think government has realized that.
What are you doing to promote these like newcomers or students?
Yes. So far, I let me just say nothing, and I think that's not right. I'm being
Okay.
honest.
Thank you for being honest.
But one of the things that I've realized during this time out, you get a lot of time to think.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the best thing about quarantine is that you don't consciously think. You are in a state of mind where thoughts come to you. जब आप नॉर्मल लाइफ में होते हैं ना तो आपके पास थिंकिंग का टाइम नहीं होता, तो आपको सोचने के लिए टाइम निकालना पड़ता है. यहाँ पे आप एक ऐसे फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड में हो कि आइडियाज आते हैं. So one of the things I really want to do is I want to come up with some kind of a platform where young filmmakers can come and show their films, or have a festival. And I want to put that together like as a student festival or a non-professional festival, and come put that forum together with other filmmakers and see what I can do. So that's one of the things that I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also considering opening a bit of, I have an old ancestral home, which I think would make a really nice little museum for Pakistani cinema. And maybe as a space, as a film space, and maybe the festival can happen, at a space like that, as a cultural space. So I'm thinking about all these things, and I would really like to create that platform. And it's not just limited to one university, where students, where young filmmakers can come and hang out, talk about film, where there can be seminars, and maybe we can have an annual, film festival. It's something that I think is going to be my calling soon.
What's your favorite film or a film that has a big impact on your life?
Well, I love classic Hollywood cinema, and like I said, Sunset Boulevard was a film that I loved, and you'll see a lot of flashes of that in Baji.
Mm-hmm.
Another film called All About Eve. Alfred Hitchcock ki do filmein I loved, The Rope and Strangers on a Train,
Mm-hmm.
and Psycho, another favorite of mine. These are great films. These are films that I really enjoyed. And then Almodovar ki lot of films like Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, Matador. I've loved some Brazilian cinema, the super realist, or you would call the magical realist cinema that came out of South America.
Mm-hmm.
I've really liked that a lot. Out of Indian cinema, I've loved some commercial cinema, but I think out of commercial cinema, Zoya Akhtar is doing some great stuff, mainstream cinema. But again, cinema from Bollywood from the 50s and the 60s was really good because they had an ethos and the philosophy, and it was before, kind of the middle class rise of consumerism and open market, and before everything, I think, went down the drain themes wise in commercial Indian cinema. But some of the parallel cinema is great. Stuff that is more sophisticated
Mhm.
and thoughtful cinema. Yes,
Your music video Khamaj. How do you feel
yes.
about it? What was the inspiration behind it? And to be honest, I until that video I didn't even realize how handsome Shan is and like how clean he can look.
Well, the thing is that Kamaj basically happened. Um, Fusion gave me this song, and they wanted me to do their video. So when I heard the song, I said, "You need to give me a couple of months to really, get into the song, listen to it, day in and day out, and see how I feel about the song." Um, and every time I would listen to it, मुझे एक पुराना Pakistani filmi geet yaad aaye. Like I would see Wahid Murad sitting on a piano singing that song. And I said, okay, then this needs to be, the song is about loss of love, right? And maybe it can be a swan song for the loss of the golden days of Pakistani cinema or the loss of an era, and build in a love story in that and do it really in a filmy way. And, I've been a great fan of Guru Dutt's. And one of Guru Dutt's films I saw in those days, I think it was Pyasa. I'm not sure which one it was, but it had Wahida Rahman and Guru Dutt in it. And you can Google it and see which one. I think Pyasa Hi Thi, which is about director and his heroine. And so
Wasn't
I
it
said,
Kagas
let
Ke
me,
Phool?
Kaghaz Ke Phool, of course. मैं
Okay.
इतना बेवकूफ हूँ क्या, my memory is going these days, बुढ़ापा.
Oh,
But
I could
Kaghaz
be
Ke
wrong
Phool, of
also.
course. But Kaghaz Ke Phool. And and I thought, okay, this would be a beautiful homage both to Guru Dutt as well as to a world gone by, because the song is all about, you know, a loss of something precious or something gone by. And again, when I started casting it, um, I thought, and I was helped in this, by my team. Fria Altaf, who was the production designer on that, said, "Why don't you cast a film star like Shan?" I said, "Shan kahan karega?" Because in those days, Shan was extremely busy. He was the top star of Punjabi movies. After Sultan Rahi had passed away, Shan became the top star for Punjabi movies. और उस वक्त वो, I think, साल में 30 फिल्में कर रहा था. But then I thought, he has that, kind of classic good looks. And I'd seen it because, I'd met Sean a couple of times, and I knew that he had it in him. Um, so then I went to see Sean, and I thought he'll never agree. And I took a bunch of old magazines with me. There was a magazine called Eastern Film, जो 1960s में बहुत popular थी पाकिस्तान में.
Okay.
It's an English language film that came from published by the Dawn Group, because and also by Eastern Studios जो कराची में होता था, which was a big studio, and it was the largest selling English or any magazine at the time. So I took it, Shan. I said, Shan, I want to recreate this world, and I showed him pictures of his mom and his dad. Right, we know Shan's parents, actress, film star Neelo, and his father was the writer and the director Riaz Shahid. And I showed him pictures and said, "Look how that world used to be. Everything looked so classy, and it was so respected, and everybody was always dressed in suits. And the film industry in the 60s was a highly respected world, and you had some of your best literary figures, your people from culture working in the industry. Faiz Ahmed Faiz wrote songs for the film, and Habib Jaleb, and it was an industry to be respected. So he was taken in by the idea, and he came on board. And then Zara Sheikh ke saath I had done a commercial, and she seemed perfect for the role because she was not, at that time, she wasn't like a superstar like Reema, Resham, Meera. she seemed like an outsider, but she had those classical Shami Mara looks. And I thought, okay, and she underplayed. She wasn't filmy. So she had like a again like a certain aura about her that was filmy from another filmy era. So and of course Shan and Zara had recently had a very big hit film at the time called Tere Pyar Mein, and it was interesting to cast him in the video. So bas ye thi kahani Khamaj ki.
You have been in the Pakistani industry for a really long time. You have done TVCs, you have done music videos. What took you so long to make a feature film?
So my desire to make a feature film goes back a very long way, um, and it goes back actually to my childhood, and that's really what I always wanted to do. But you know, when I was growing up, the Pakistani film industry was very different. It was, very studio based out of the Lahore studios. And most of the financing that went into the films was private finance of dubious means. And the kind of films that were being made, especially in the 80s, by the time I, became an adult, were catering to, blue collar audiences, urban blue collar audiences. And I just didn't know, okay, even though I loved those films and I watched them, I didn't know how to go about joining the industry because I'd studied in the US and I had obviously I studied advertising. I wanted to study film, but then I said, "Ki main film se kya karunga?" I wanted to come back to Pakistan. I didn't want to be in the US. So then the closest thing was advertising because I knew there was an industry. So I did my bachelor's in advertising. I came back, joined advertising, but I continued to nurture my dream to make films. I became a film critic for Dawn and the Herald, which is a very popular monthly magazine in the late 80s. And I wrote features on Pakistani cinema. Then I started making commercials because that was my way of getting into filmmaking. And then the first time I seriously thought of making a feature was after I had done my Khamaj video in 2002, I think, 3. And everybody said, Ki bhai, that was a little mini movie, you should make a film. Now, at that time, our movie industry was practically on its deathbed. Yani takriban filmmaking ka wo takriban daur apni end pe tha. Cinemas were closing down rapidly. The number of films that were being made was coming down. But I had an interest and I said, okay, I will. So Sarmat Kusat and I worked on a film script called Ajnabi Sheher Mein. And he was going to star Ali Zafar. Before him going to India, Shan, who was a big star then, the biggest star. Tuba Siddiqui, Meera, Ali Salim, Durdana Bhatt. And we were all set to go on the floor. We were all set to begin shooting. I had a financier. But 2 weeks before the shoot, my financier backed out because there were some issues with his business. So he backed out and it was a huge shock to my system because everything was ready to go. Uske baad, I spent many years in the wilderness. I went back to advertising. I realized कि वो film जो मैंने लिखी थी सरमद के साथ ही सरमद ने लिखी थी that obviously I was going to make, वो मैं नहीं बना सकता था क्योंकि उस period में 2 Indian films came out which were very similar to that. One was a film called New York and one was a film called Fana. So we were like, oh my God, these 2 films are so much like our script. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't really make them. हर चीज का time होता है. So anyway, I went back into the wilderness. I worked on several scripts and I commissioned several scripts. But after each one, I realized, no, this isn't right. This isn't right. Then I was involved with Geo again, and I was going to do a film for them. And I worked on it with them for a year. And then at the last minute, there were issues. And again, they decided not to do it. So that was another year and a half wasted. So 7, 8 years just went, like that. And then finally, once the resurgence or the revival of Pakistani cinema started, I would say back in like 2015, 16, really, when it started going full force ahead. I said, अब मुझे करनी है और मैं खुद ही करूँगा. I'll put in my own money and I'm not going to rely on anyone. And I had an idea for the longest time that was just, happening in my mind. And I always wanted to make a social film and a social drama. And I wanted it to be dark and a little wicked. And I was always fascinated by the film industry. So I decided, I came up with the idea of Baji. I met up with a writer called Irfan Ahmed Urfi, who'd done serials and he's published a lot of afsanas and books. And I thought he was just the right person to write the script. And we embarked on it. And then there was no turning back. I said, I have to do it. Everybody told me, कि तुम पागल हो, तुम comedy banao, rom-com banao, thriller banao, I mean, adventure film banao. Why are you make a youth-oriented film? I said, no. This is the film that I want as my debut film. It's got to be something from my heart. It's got to be something that represents my thinking, my style. And therefore, I stuck to it, and it was very difficult. A lot of things happened on the way, but ho gayi.
If you could do something differently now about like shooting Bachi or writing script, what would you do there?
I'm really actually pretty happy with Baji.
Okay.
I really think that because it came from my heart, there's a certain purity to it. Whether it's good or bad is not the question here. Some people hated Baji, some people loved it. You know that line of Meera's in the film, love me or hate me, which you can never replace me?
Yep.
That holds for the film as well. Some people loved it, some people hated it. But the thing is that nobody was indifferent to the film. It wasn't just like, nobody had a blah reaction to it. So I think it came from a place of purity, and I think it was authentic. So I really wouldn't do that much that was different. Yes, maybe some editing calls I would make. But remember, मेरी पहली film थी.
Yep.
और पहली दफा जब आप एक film लिखते हो और जब आप बनाते हो तो उसमें बड़ा फर्क होता है. And you write something, and by the time you start making it, you realize, oh, maybe you don't need this. And then by the time you get to the edit, you again realize a whole bunch of things. So yes, some things could have been written differently, some things could have been edited differently. But by and large, I think I'm pretty happy with the film. I think I casted it. It was cast beautifully. Even though a lot of people in the film literally came in at the last minute. Amna Ilyas was a special angel who descended upon Baji at the very last minute. She was meant to do the dance number that Mehwish ended up doing, but because we had a lot of issues casting the other female role opposite Meera, finally Amna came on board, and I think it was a perfect casting. But very good casting, good music. I think things worked out, but everybody to their own opinion. I'm sure some people hated it, and that's, that's their point of view.
What do you think in terms of digital era globally? Where is Pakistan in terms of that? Like, would we get our own originals on Netflix, Hulu, Prime?
Well, because Pakistan, of course, is we have a digital presence, right? But obviously the digital presence is limited. But of course, now with the smartphone revolution, and particularly after this whole spell of Corona, I think Pakistan has a sizable population, and a big percentage of them now own smartphones, and there's a huge youth population in Pakistan, right? So I think it's only natural now that we will need to start creating content digitally. Already there are a lot of YouTube celebrities in Pakistan with huge fan followings.
Yeah.
There are big YouTube celebrities, and as far as channels that produce content for YouTube. But the problem with bigger streaming platforms like Amazon and Netflix is the same issue that probably Canada and the US have, is that they are so interested, they see India as such a huge market that they're only interested in really taking Indian content. So it seems. So they'll spend a lot of money producing content, having original content from India because the population is so huge. But what they don't realize is that Pakistan has excellent uh, 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 dramas, has a huge history of serials that are widely watched in India, that have a
Mm-hmm.
huge following in India, and all over the world, wherever there is a diaspora, and also in the Arab world, and in East Africa, and in the West Indies, and everywhere actually. So if they concentrated on getting original programming out of Pakistan, it would be not only watched in Pakistan but all over the world. Aside from Netflix and whatever the other, Amazon and all are concerned, um, a lot of content for digital was being produced in Pakistan for the new Z platform.
Z5.
ZTV was coming up with a platform, and then there was another platform, a couple of other platforms in India itself. And
Okay.
but what happened was, okay, once this whole situation happened, everything came to a standstill. So obviously, all of those projects are now in limbo.
So what do you enjoy the most about this filmmaking or video production process?
I think it's the creative process is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to tell a story and then to see how that story has an impact on people. That's the greatest joy of it.